afternoon, YouTube. Oh my God. I hope everybody had an awesome week this week. And I hope y'all are doing what you need to do to further progress yourself for 2024. Why? Because we are 3 months in. If you ain't doing what you need to do for 2024, then you ain't doing what you need to do. That's not the point. Anyways. Before we get started, be sure to click the link in the description and be sure to click the link in the description and click on Reaper Apparel or True Victory and check out all the awesome clothing accessories that they have to offer. For crying out loud, I've been wearing this True Victory t-shirt here in Texas, and let me talk to you. It gets hot, it gets humid, but hey, I mean, look, just it's lightweight, it is fitting, it is just there's no words to describe it, okay? Be sure to click the link in the description, and if you want to go for True Victory, be sure to use the code No Mercy Sports 15. That's No Mercy Sports, all capitals, followed by the number 15 for 15% off your entire purchase. Or if you want to go the Reaper Apparel route, all you got to do is use code No Mercy Sports 10. That's No Mercy Sports, all caps, followed by the number 10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Anyways, I'm babbling on. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Why? Because it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on YouTube. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode with everybody saying No Mercy Sports. Yeah!
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to you. Oh my God, do I love that intro. Why? Because I made it that way. Anyways, there's a lot to talk about, okay? Obviously, the NFL free agency that's been going on. We are a week away from, I can't even put it into words. We're a week away from the South Korea series between the Dodgers and the Padres. Anyways, but before we get into that, I got two people that I want to introduce. The first person I want to introduce, he's big, he's spicy, and he's got some spicy takes. Please help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Matt Campbell. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh, man, ain't no thing.
I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all fucking day. I'm like, let's go, man. I'm sitting here watching the feed, just watching the conversations. I got some randos hitting me on, Messenger, asking me stupid questions about stupid people. And, I will say this. Listen. by no means, okay, have I tried to disrespect Kirk Cousins. Okay, I just have to put this out there. I'm
Fair
not
enough.
disrespecting Kirk Cousins when I say, okay, that he's been very overpaid most of his career. He has one playoff win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not an upgrade to the Falcons. It's an upgrade. It is definitely an upgrade.
For
But
a team like the Falcons, absolutely.
But you're not going to sit here and tell me a guy who has one playoff win, as sketchy of a win that was, he's only got one playoff win. Okay. And this man has made almost more money than Aaron Rodgers in his career. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy, my man.
It's an upgrade for the Falcons. I give you that 100%. But is Kirk Cousins going to make me say, oh, Atlanta's going to the playoffs? No. I know it's a shitty division. But with the Colts, and with the Buccaneers, oh no, my bad. It's not the Colts. It's the Saints. With the Saints and the Buccaneers, I mean, they still have a little bit of competition. So it's not going to be a give me. And like I said, Kirk Cousins, yes, he's an upgrade, but he's not a game changer. Let's stop. Let's put the brakes on that right there.
I mean, I don't know.
The
Vikings were actually able to get to the playoffs. The last time that they actually saw the playoffs was oh my god, who was it? Case Keenum. The last time that the Vikings saw the playoffs was Case Keenum when he was under center, and ever since Kirk Cousins went under center,
he's
been seeing the playoffs ever since. Anyways. But we got a lot of football to talk about. One person that knows football the best, he is a villain. And when it comes to college sports, he is a villain at best. Mr. Andrew Anderson, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I also got the little man here as I'm the only one in the house, so he should be joining us probably a little bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, he made himself known every now and again.
Yes.
Well, oh man,
Kirk Cousins is an upgrade for the Falcons. Was I hoping we would get more of a Lamar Jackson type person? I sure was, but Kirk Cousins all day long over Desmond Ridder, and it's not even close.
Yeah, no, I got so much backlash today from people saying, "Oh, Kirk Cousins is a bum." I didn't say Kirk Cousins was a bum. I said he was overpaid. Okay, and it's not just by you guys. Minnesota overpaid.
Knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
But
he can market himself.
Exactly. But my whole thing is he's not a savior. He's not a game changer. And that's all I was trying to point out. He's getting game changer money, but he ain't really a game changer. Now, upgrade, absolutely. I'm not taking any of that away. But again, like I had a lot of people come at me this morning like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Watch your mouth. So I just got to clear the air there.
Now, since we're on the I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'll take him over what we have. That's where I'll leave
it. I mean, hell, like, whether it's Kirk Cousins or Taylor Heineke, it's either or when it comes to the Falcons.
Somebody, not Ridder.
But since we're on the topic of quarterbacks, the Mac Jones era is officially over in New England. And Alabama has once again proved why they cannot produce a quarterback position. With Jones out of New England and heading to Jacksonville, which quarterback or any other player for that matter do the New England Patriots go after going into this draft?
They have so many.
Gerard Mayo has his guy. He knows who his guy is. I'm pretty sure the front office knows who his guy is. All right, he's coming in there. He's starting fresh. Okay, it is now his franchise. Gerard Mayo is now taking over. He's going to put his fingerprints all over this team, and I expect him to do it. Now, by saying this, I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to have a turnaround and they're going to be back in the playoffs within a year or what. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying he's going to find his style of quarterback that's going to run his style of offense. Now, is he a huge offensive mind? Not so much. He's more of a defensive guy. But the fact that he's good enough to where he understands both sides of the ball. He played the game on the field. He played it at a very high level for years. So taking that, like I said, I mean, you got like a DeMarco Ryans type guy here, okay? Except for, he did it the Belichick way. So Belichick, I'm sure has implemented a lot on how he's going to coach, how he's going to set the tone, and that nature. So, again, like I said, I feel like he's got a guy. It could be Radler. It could be Penix Jr. It could be any one of these guys. They have the ability to move around.
No, I completely agree. I feel like Jerron Mayo is looking at guys like Jane Daniels or even Michael Penix Jr. for that matter. Yeah, the Patriots have been making moves during the offseason. Granted, they did lose Devontae Parker to the Philadelphia Eagles, but I feel like, they're in rebuild mode, and, it really starts with the quarterback position. And when it comes to quarterbacks, there's a lot to choose from, especially with this class going into the draft this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and like I said, it's pick your poison as far as offense goes. It could be a quarterback, it could be a running back. I mean, like you said, it depends on how he wants to go. If he sees it, like I said, if he got a guy in mind that he wants to go after as far as a quarterback, he's going to go after him.
Yeah.
He's going to start brand new. That's why they had no problem getting rid of Mac Jones, is because it's just like, well, he's not going to play in my system. He's not going to fit my system. He doesn't work my system. We're going to get rid of him. We're going to go get a guy that understands our system, or that we can teach our system and start from scratch.
Yep, absolutely.
Because, I mean, it just makes sense.
I mean, if you're New England, like you're not in good shape right now, right? You have no franchise quarterback. You have no identity right now.
I'll say this: offensively, they're a wreck. Right. Defensively, they're pretty fucking solid, bro.
No, I couldn't agree more. Offensively, yeah, they really are a wreck. Defensively, yeah, they're pretty set. They just need to draft the right players going into the 2024 draft.
Well, they made no noise in free agency, really. So they didn't really do anything. I'm assuming that, like kind of what Max says, they're just going to start from the ground up. So they're going to start with new players. I have no idea who he's going to draft. His system, I don't really know what he runs, so it's really kind of hard for me to decide what quarterback he's going to put out there. So that makes it very hard for us to have this discussion on who he's going to go after. But there's a lot of great choices in this draft. So, I really don't think you can go – this year's crop of quarterbacks is 100 times better than last year's crop of quarterbacks. I think we can agree on that.
Well, I mean, listen. Stroud definitely lifts that class up. I'll say that. Stroud
absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? We're still gonna stay on the subject of quarterbacks. And after bouncing around from team to team, because Cleveland was dumb enough to let him go. Nice move, you morons. Baker Mayfield finally found a home in Tampa Bay, and after a 9-8 season, I believe. Anyways, after a 9-8 season, Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers agreed on a 3-year extension worth $100 million, with $50 million of it guaranteed, and with the Bucs also signing, oh my God, who is it? Mike Evans to a 2-year deal. What is the NFC South looking like right now going into the 2024 season?
It's looking like we could win it. We being the Falcons is what it's looking like.
Yeah, I know you want the smoke.
Man,
I don't say I want the smoke. I did not get Lamar Jackson. That didn't happen.
Unpredictable, bro. See, and that's the whole thing. It is literally a 3-dog race in that division. Now, granted, the Saints only got one leg.
Are you really including the New Orleans Saints in that race?
I mean, you got to that much just because. I mean, bro, we seen them win last year, games that they shouldn't have been in, but we also watched them lose games that they should have ran away with.
I mean, that's true, but I really don't see New Orleans doing
it's
anything in the NFC South anytime soon.
I mean, but you can literally make the argument for either one of these three teams. You can make the same argument for the Falcons. You can make the same argument for Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? It's just on how that schedule plays out. That's really what it is.
So we don't know the schedules yet, right? It is going to come down to strength of schedules in the South. It really is who they have to play.
We know each other's opponents. Like, you can see your opponents. Like, I've already done a little bit of homework. I know the Ravens are going to win at least 12 games next year. It's just something I know. I've seen our opponents with our opponents. No matter, even if all the tough games are away, I know we're going to win our 12 games.
Because you have Derrick Henry in the fucking backfield.
Well, no. This was before Derrick Henry. I got it in my wallet. I got it in my wallet, the games that we're going to win next year on a Post-it note. So when we win those games, I can pull it out the Post-it note.
It's still hard for me to do that because you still got free agency, you still got the draft, you still got injuries. So I'm not ready to put that on right now. But I will tell you, Baker Mayfield and $100 million is still strange to me. He's a good quarterback, but is he worth $100 million? Oh, I'm sorry. Mwah. He got a boo-boo.
Oh, he got a boo-boo.
You got to get the right spot, man.
Mwah.
There you go.
Tell him, hey. But yeah, so I don't think Baker Mayfield's worth $100 million. That's my personal opinion. I'm so glad that they signed him. I think Mike Evans is a little probably on the downside of his career, but he's still the best they have. Defensively, though, that's where it makes me think the Buccaneers are going to win the South. They're sneaky good on defense. They're whenever they had to make a play all year, they did, and that's when it matters. So I think it's a 2-horse race. I think it's the Falcons and the Bucs. The Saints have flashes of brilliance, but the problem is they also had flashes of ignorance. So, and I expect to see that continue. I think the Falcons and the Bucs is what it's going to come down to, and hopefully we can win a division again for the first time in forever.
Yeah, the last time I believe that they won the division, I think Michael Vick was under center.
I think we won one under Matty Ryan. I mean,
yeah. I think they went to the Super Bowl.
Matt Ryan took him to the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Balls like a motherfucker, but he got it there.
Yeah. Matt Ryan is probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. Listen to me, and I want all the smoke for this. Fuck Matt Ryan. I got so tired of hearing how much better Matt Ryan was than Joe Flacco. But guess what Joe Flacco got? Joe Flacco got the rings, and he got the motherfucking playoff wins, baby.
Yes, but he also had a much better team around him, too. That's where I'm going to throw the smoke right back at you. The Ravens have been built top to bottom better than the Falcons for a long time. I'm just going to say right off the top.
You can't argue that. You cannot argue that.
But see, listen.
The Ravens had a defense.
Of their careers, the first 6 years of their careers, Joe Flacco constantly, every time he was losing the playoffs, Matty Ice was the best player to come out of that draft. And it's like, what? Like, Joe Flacco consistently got us to the AFC Championship for 3 fucking straight years. He got us to the AFC Championship as a rookie. And it was just like, I got so tired of hearing about Matt Ryan, and they put Matt Ryan on the top tier of quarterbacks, but Joe Flacco was on the second and third tier quarterbacks, and it was just like that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. Because I mean,
Trent Dilfer's got a Super Bowl ring too. I mean that I don't put as much Flacco. Matt Ryan was a much better quarterback than Joe Flacco, top to bottom.
Oh, absolutely.
That's no bias. That's just reality. Joe Flacco was very good at playing mistake-free football, which is why he was so brilliant, which is why Joe Flacco is definitely one of the most underrated quarterbacks, but so is Matt Ryan. He takes a lot of shit for what he did, but the guy did nothing but win a lot in Atlanta. Who else won a lot in Atlanta? Michael Vick didn't. I'm just saying. That is true.
I could have swore that Michael Vick won a lot in Atlanta.
He did not win a lot in Atlanta. He won some.
He won more games than he lost. Okay.
Yeah. Chris Chandler actually had a better
Michael Vick brought a swagger to Atlanta when he was drafted. There was no doubt about that. And I dare you to change my mind.
No, I mean, we were excited about Michael Vick, I promise you. But, like, the problem is when we had to throw across the hashes or throw 25 yards downfield, it just didn't work out. I love the guy, but that's just the reality. That's why I like Lamar Jackson so much. He almost could do everything Michael Vick could do with his feet, and he could throw the ball accurately, which makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. But speaking of the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, look, Derrick Henry has been signed to the Ravens on what I believe a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
I think it's
Derrick Henry. I believe it's a 2-year deal. Yep, 2 years, $18 million.
Okay. Regardless, players have been getting signed to teams left and right during the NFL free agency, and the avarice never ends. I want Kirk Cousins. I want to resign Baker Mayfield. I want to sign Saquon Barkley. I want to sign Derrick Henry to take the pressure off of Lamar Jackson in the backfield. Look, I don't want to make any waves.
I'm going to tell you, Derrick Henry was not even so much for Lamar Jackson. It was so much for, you have to understand, Gus Edwards. He was a brilliant back, but he kept getting injured. J.K. Dobbins, badass motherfucker when he was healthy.
Yes.
But again, kept getting fucking injured. Keaton Mitchell, the fucking rookie, bro, he was having a great rookie season, got injured. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a big, powerful running back that's not going to get injured. So, Derrick Henry, we tried to trade for him last year. Could you imagine if on that playoff run we would have had Derrick Henry?
Oh, my
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry. Like, there's no way Kansas City beats us because there's no way we don't run the ball.
Not.
We run the ball 25-plus times with Derrick Henry.
They shouldn't.
I mean, Kansas City and their dead grandmother knew that Lamar and the Ravens were going to run the friggin' football.
And that's what scares me about John Harbaugh, because I seriously, the more years that go by and the better teams that we have and we still can't get over that hump, it really does make me feel like we're not going to win another Super Bowl until we have a coach that can actually make an actual call.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you something, because you've been spoiled by success being in Baltimore for a while.
What success? Bro, we have not won. Two playoff wins in a decade, bro.
You got a ring? Let me explain something to you. If a coach brings a ring to Atlanta, they're building a fucking statue to the guy. I'm just saying. And he's there for life.
The statue is going to be for Ray Lewis outside of the Ravens Stadium.
Yeah, I just, we have a "what have you done for me lately" mentality, and I get it because there's a lot of money put into this. I do understand it, but it's what I call the Dabo Swinney syndrome. They got two national championships in the last 10 years. The worst record is 9 wins, and it's time for him to go. Like, I understand that Harbaugh has not had that much recent success, so I'm not like comparing that completely, but I just want one. Before I die, somebody bring the Falcons a ring. That's all I ask. Just give me one, man. And if it's John Harbaugh, I'll take him. Just give me one.
I mean, look.
That's how I feel about the O's, though. That's how I feel about the O's. I just want to see one championship before I die.
Falcons, they have a better chance at what is it? Going further in the playoffs with Kirk Cousins under center than they would Desmond Ridder under center, for crying out loud. And it shows why, because Desmond Ridder has been traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. But like I was going to ask, what team going into the NFL draft and the 2024 season looks to be the team that could possibly beat the Kansas City Chiefs?
The Texans. The Texans.
Really?
Texans. Hold on. First off, the free agency that they've been run on. So look at the free agents that they've picked up.
They got rid of David Singletary to the fucking Giants.
Listen.
They got Joe Mixon.
Bro, like I said, look at all their acquisitions on the defense, offense, playmaking. Like, bro, they've hit every single check mark. Like, bro, this team was already a playoff team. This team is now possibly, a championship caliber team. This is getting scary.
That's true. That's true. Man, like I was looking at it like, yo, the Texans really got rid of arguably their best running back, David Singletary, and they bring in Joe Mixon. But at the same time, Joe Mixon was that dude in Cincinnati that was getting the Bengals the wins, other than Joe Burrow. Other than Joe Burrow connecting to Jamar Chase, for crying out loud.
All right.
I'm looking for the boys' cup. I'll be right back.
It's all good. It's all
good. Yeah, no, like I think that, I really gotta agree. I think that the Texans getting Joe Mixon, and especially going into this season with CJ Stroud under center and CJ Stroud to Nico Collins, arguably one of the best connections in the NFL. Oh my God, it's insane. And Joe Mixon, that is a dude. He's a running back version of who is it? He's a running back version of Taysom Hill. He runs with bad intentions.
I'm sorry, just because it's so good, I'm pulling up the list.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just letting you that's why you see my eyes moving around side to side.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro! Like, this is I'll see if I can find it.
All right, thank you. Looking for your cup. That's not your cup. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
All right. So they got Dalton Schultz, Desmond King,
yeah.
Khalil.
Dalton Schultz was actually talking about what it's like to be with the Houston Texans compared to what it's like being with the Dallas Cowboys. Being with the Dallas Cowboys, he really said that it's a zoo. And personally, I don't blame him.
Jeff Okudah. Pick up Jeff Okudah from the Falcons. They got Denko Autry from Tennessee. They picked up cornerback Mike Ford. They got Tommy Towson from the punter. They got Noah Brown. Well, they re-signed Noah Brown. They got Deshaun Phillips from the Ravens. They got Tim Settle Jr. from the defensive tackle from Buffalo. What was it? That's Jeff Okudah, Lonnie Johnson. Was it, Chris Boyd, cornerback. They re-signed him. They re-signed Eric Murray. Yeah, they got re-signed Khalil Davis, Desmond King. Who was the other defensive tackle that they signed?
For what team?
The Texans. Oh, fucking what's his name? Hunter from Minnesota.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
The linebacker, right?
Yeah, so just on defense, they've had I think 4 acquisitions between cornerbacks, linebackers, and pass rushers and defensive tackles. Where, bro, that's fucking scary. Like that defense was good. Now it's even better. Like I said, and then like the draft is what scares me the most, is because now they're gonna pick up blue chip fucking players and build, like. And that's why I said Gerard Mayo, if he does it the right way and starts the Patriots and builds through the draft and goes that route versus fucking trying to sign and, you know what I mean, spend a bunch of money on
if he goes the Patriot way.
Yeah.
No, that's it's completely understandable. There's a lot of teams going into this draft that are just one player or a few picks away from being back to the standard that they once were for so long.
The Bengals are a injured quarterback away from being back to where they were. When the guy's not injured, he's fire, but like he's injury prone. I get it. I mean, I'm not out there taking hits from these big bastards. Don't get me wrong, but he is injury prone.
Right.
And that's okay by me.
I know. The more they're down, the better off it is in the AFC.
Listen. My division is the hardest division in football on a regular basis. So for me,
I'll agree with that.
You know what I mean? Going against the Bengals, going against the Steelers, going against the Browns. Like, yeah, the Browns are laughing stock in the league, but them motherfuckers, like, they play us twice a year.
They've been a defensive team for so long. It's not even close.
And do you remember the 0-16 season with fucking Hugh Jackson as the fucking head coach?
Unfortunately,
bro, you realize we won by 3 fucking points. Like, we almost lost that fucking game. If it wasn't for Tucker, we lose that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If we have an average kicker that can't kick a 54-yard field goal, we lose that game.
Hey, whoever was in charge of the front office of the Ravens and picked Justin Tucker, that man deserves to keep his job. Because Justin Tucker is easily, he is easily, if not the best kicker in the NFL right now.
I mean, listen, I'll argue if he has 3 more years where he consistently hits at least 90%, he's the greatest kicker to ever play.
He kicked a 66-yard field goal against the Lions of all teams to win the fucking game.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're talking about one of the most accurate kickers, one of the most power kicking, guys out there that's not afraid to go line that ball up anywhere and try to kick the damn thing. And I give it to him. And yes, I have been lucky where I had over 10 years of Matt Stouffer. Oh, my bad. I had 9 years of Matt Stouffer. Okay. And I've now had over 10 years of Justin Tucker. So 20 years of my life, we had a top 5 kicker in the league.
Well, as a Falcon, we had Morton Anderson for a lot of years, which I got to tell you, he's one of the top 5 kickers in the league. So it's nice to have him. And now we have Koo, who is also, I believe, the top 5 kicker. So we've been blessed with kickers, but not much else, man. Not much else.
I mean, look, I was going to say, you got a young ho who's Koo. Obviously, he's a great kicker. There's no doubt about that.
He is.
Yeah. And obviously, the Falcons do finally have a quarterback under center that they can rely on. Look, this is just me being me. But if I was Atlanta, aside from Kirk Cousins, I would also rely on Taylor Heineke. You know?
He can get it too. I mean, he can go.
Look, the dude took Tom Brady to his limits.
I'm just saying there's if we got all right, so we got Kirk Cousins, right? So what that says that we're not taking a quarterback in the draft, which is fine because we totally fucked that shit up last year. That's fine. You know, if we can pull a lesser known quarterback in the later rounds, you know, maybe if you know, I'm just saying Spencer Rattler sitting there in round 3 or 4, just waiting to be snatched up. I would say that's a win, you know, learn under a guy like Kirk Cousins, and then I'm all about it. But we have more pressing needs than quarterbacks since we signed Kirk Cousins, and I have no idea what we're going to do. Conventional wisdom would say we go for defense now that we've got all these weapons on offense, but I just don't know. If Kirk Cousins can be 80% accurate, we're dangerous.
No. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Look, if Kirk Cousins is the same way that he was, 90% when he was in Minnesota, then the Falcons obviously have a chance. There's no doubt about that. I'll say
this. If Atlanta can run the ball, okay, I mean, consistently run the ball. We're talking 3.5 yards a carry. I'm talking about that's what you need to average the season. If you guys can average 3.5 a carry, there's no reason why he shouldn't put up 30-plus touchdowns, you know, hopefully under 10 interceptions with the guys you have.
Yeah, no doubt. I think we're going to be able to run the ball. Running the ball was something we did pretty well last year. In the first
I mean,
I was disappointed in your run game last year.
In the first half of the season.
Well, look, I was somewhat disappointed, but also not disappointed because of what they were able to do with Bijan Robinson.
Well,
I mean, the second half of the year, it was like a turd.
Because we started throwing the fucking ball 40 times a game with Desmond Ridder.
Because Arthur Smith was a fucking head coach.
He's not anymore. That's how.
Thankfully.
I mean, Lou Holtz is 85 years old. I'd rather have him as our head coach. I'm just, you know, at least he'll run the ball.
Could not agree more. Anyways, but look, we got plenty of NFL to talk about. We got the draft coming up. We got the 2024 season on the horizon. For now, we have a different football season that is coming up. Why? Because on November 30th, the XFL and the USFL merged together to become the United Football League. And man, oh man, 8 teams are going into this league starting on March 30th, but only one can stand alone and be the champion of the United Football League. Who is going to be the champion of the United Football League going into this season?
Wasn't an Alabama quarterback the champion last year? I mean, you know, I think so.
AJ McCarron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to see Mac Jones.
Didn't he he just got his release so he could go play again?
Yeah, so yes. So he got offered huge NFL contracts, but he decided, like, did you see the interview with him last year why he chose to play? He said that he would have made more money. They offered him a lot in NFL, but he actually wanted an opportunity to watch his kids watch him actually play instead of backup. So he took a lot less money.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Respect, 100%.
Yeah, respect. Look, you know, I know we talked about it, and I know that Alabama can produce a lot of things, especially quarterback. But or no, they can produce a lot of things except quarterback. But look, the only reason that Alabama quarterbacks thrive is that it's not in the NFL.
Well, they have consistently the best run game in the nation, and also wide receivers like Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones out there. It makes it a lot easier to throw the fucking football when they have to worry about a running back going to run for 200 yards and Julio Jones who was uncoverable back in that day. So it makes it a lot easier to make yourself look really good during those times.
I mean, hell, look at Derrick Henry and Mark fucking Ingram, for crying out loud.
No shit, man. Like those guys, man, just unreal.
See, and that's the whole thing about it is if you're so good all around, no one has to be great. But in the NFL,
what'd you do?
Like it's certain things you do, like there's just got to be some type of greatness there.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's hot in your mouth? Come show me.
You but no, look, for me, the two teams that I think will stand alone are the St. Louis Battlehawks and the Washington D.C. Defenders.
It was just his potato chip. Sorry.
Oh, you good. I mean, look, in the XFL, the two teams that were constantly getting talked about were the Battlehawks and the Defenders. I mean, who's getting talked about in the USFL, for fuck's sake?
Well, when you say
AJ McCarron.
Exactly. That's it, baby.
Hey, AJ McCarron was in the XFL, not the USFL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's the only player we recognize and we're talking about because he's going to go play with the UFL, right?
Yeah. Well, look, the only reason I bring up the Washington Defenders is because Jordan Ta'amu is a quarterback, and let me talk to you. Washington has a fan base that is similar to the Philadelphia Phillies when it comes playoff time.
Washington what?
Yeah, look, Washington, they don't have a hockey team. I mean, they have a hockey team. They have a baseball team. But look, when it comes outside of their
basketball team. Come on, man. Don't insult the Wizards like that. It's bad enough we ain't even won 10 games yet.
Wait, Washington has a basketball team?
Yeah, Jordan used to play there.
Oh. But no, look, Washington, when it comes outside of the professional sports that they have, I really believe that the DC Defenders are going to be one of the few teams that stand tall and hoist up the UFL trophy.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of knowledge on the UFL right now.
I've got zero, and
I just don't.
Like especially with basketball and playoffs coming up. Like, yeah, no, I didn't watch the XFL. I just, you know what I mean. Like, for me, like I like the NFL. I like my teams. Like, you want me to get a new team, then you know what I mean. You're gonna need more than 8 teams. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna like I understand. I guess, you know, I mean, it's just starting out, whatever, blah blah blah. But for me, you got to give me more interest in it. Like, it's just not enough for me. Watching the same teams play each other for what is it, 10 weeks, 8 weeks.
So, I mean, the losing quarterback gets insulted by the Rock would be a lot more fun. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Like, I really feel that
are they
the XFL and the USFL should have included all 8 teams to be a 16-team league, despite the fact that it's like, oh, well, you know, we're going to take the 4 best teams from the XFL and the USFL and just make it one united league. It's like, no. Well, look. We got the NFL. We got what? 8 teams, give or take.
So no matter what, right? You're having 4 games at a time. That's it.
Yeah.
4 games.
Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna say, like we got what 8 teams in the NFL that are just below average, and with the UFL, we got 8 teams that are battling to be the champion, but it should be 16 teams in the UFL. I mean,
It
it's
just make more sense. It would be more appealing because then again, then you have more people viewing it because you have more cities in it. You have more people that could possibly be invested in this. My whole thing is again, like, yeah, Washington has a team, but as far as football, like I'm from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like you give me a Baltimore football team, you know what I'm saying? Then maybe we can start talking. But having just 8 teams, like I said, for me, it's another. Well, maybe we can catch some eyes that people just love football. Maybe they'll watch it.
They need to go the minor league baseball route. Like start going into cities like they do like Greenville, South Carolina, and Richmond, Virginia, teams that are never going to have a professional team but love to have a minor league baseball team there. That's a way to win. Like you're not going to pack in 60,000 people in a UFL game. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen for you. But if you can pack in 20,000 people with a $20 ticket to watch some football, it could be successful.
Yeah, no, it really could.
And then the whole thing is again TV rights. Could you imagine how many extra eyes you would get if you sold it to CBS?
Right.
If you sold it to fucking NBC, ABC.
I think the games are on CBS, NBC, and Fox going into the season.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that you have all that TV money that's going into it. Plus, like I said, if you do it, you open it wider venues where you giving cities like fucking like Iowa, you know what I mean, Nebraska. You're giving these places, Oregon, fucking fuck it, you know what I mean? Like
no monsters.
Oklahoma in there. Let's let's fucking every state that doesn't have a pro team. Let's throw one in there. Biggest city they got. I mean,
agree.
Let's make it make sense here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But
South Carolina, Alabama.
Hey, look,
Mississippi
anything is possible. Anything is possible. But Big Mac, you brought it up being the state of Iowa. The Iowa Lady Hawkeyes are the Big Ten national champions heading into the March Madness tournament. And after winning the Big Ten championship, Caitlin Clark channeled her inner Kobe Bryant, striking the pose that Kobe Bryant hit when I think the Lakers won their first of many championships when he was wearing like the varsity jacket in the shower room. Look, if you look it up, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm a basketball fan, bro. Come on.
But look, the question is, can the Hawkeyes continue to carry the momentum into March Madness and get the national championship win with Caitlin Clark leading the way, baby?
No. There's a team down south. Okay.
Oh boy.
And they're called the Gamecocks, and these are the lady Gamecocks. And Andrew will get into the detail either later or here shortly about how bad these ladies are. And by bad, I mean they are very, very good. So yes, that's who I have. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the South Carolina band train, and South Carolina's gonna win it all.
Damn, okay. Well, I mean, hell, Caitlin Clark bursted onto the scene, I believe, last year when she hit everybody with the John Cena, "You Can't See Me." I think it was against Louisville in the tournament, and just, I mean, words cannot describe the tournament that the women had and the national championship between Iowa and LSU. But
electric,
Andrew,
man. That shit was electric.
It was.
Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't watch a lot of women's basketball. I don't. Okay. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I watched most of that game.
I was saying, look, as soon as Caitlin Clark hit the "you can't see me," I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch this tournament." Why? Because it was LSU and Iowa going into the national championship. It was the most talked about NCAA women's championship in God knows how long.
Probably the 2 years before that when South Carolina beat UConn. Women's basketball has been big for a while now. But, you know, the electricity of Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark certainly did not hurt at all. You know, it was a fun game to watch. I'm glad they got their moment in the sun because the shit's coming home to roost this year. And I want all the smoke.
Yeah, okay, so you want all the smoke going into this March Madness tournament.
Well, let's see. Our coach turned over her entire coaching staff and her entire starting five and still went fucking undefeated. Yeah, I want all the smoke.
Okay. I love it. Speaking of wanting all the smoke, next Wednesday and Thursday, we have a South Korean series of baseball upon us, and I couldn't be any happier going into next week. We've already bared witness of seeing Major League Baseball playing games across the pond in London, with the Yankees and Red Sox, and most recently the Cubs and Cardinals. Now that baseball has expanded its horizons more, when it comes to seeing the Dodgers and Padres, what does this do for Major League Baseball, and what other countries should Major League Baseball expand to going into the 2024 season?
Japan. It's a shame that we haven't already expanded there. They love baseball as much as we do. Mm-hmm. They really do. And the
couldn't agree more.
Expanded is crazy.
I just a baby.
He's a daddy's boy. He just wants his moment in the sun, really. He likes being on camera.
That's all right. Marley, if Marley comes in the room while I'm on, he'll try to sneak onto the camera. He's done it multiple times. They're kids, man.
They are.
It's what they do.
No, it really is. It really is. But I mean, I was gonna say, we've already seen the NFL in Germany. Could you imagine Major League Baseball in Germany, of all countries? Like, we've already heard Germany scream at the top of their lungs, the West Virginia song.
Do y'all remember NFL Europe?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, it went away a long time ago, and it was there when I was young, like the Scottish Monarchs and all that stuff. It was really cool. Didn't last a long time because soccer reigns supreme over in Europe, but
was it
still
2K?
Fun.
I think it was one of the 2K football games.
Yes,
it might have been. They had them on there as alternate teams.
They sure did. Yep.
So I mean that's I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't remember watching them at all, but I remember that video game is why I know those teams. Yeah, and watching ESPN Classics, of course, but still, like, hearing about those teams, seeing about those, I mean, shit is cool.
It was really cool. For a while, I mean, they were around when I was younger, but they didn't last long. Because obviously soccer, which I cannot stand with a passion. But, I'm sure they felt the same way about football, which is why I did not make it.
See, I'm going to be honest with you, right? If soccer adopted hockey rules, I'd be all for it. I'd be all for
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, a bunch of guys out there punching and kicking each other. Yeah, I mean that would be fun.
I mean, that's why I said, like, you know what I mean? Let them roughhouse a little bit. Let them, you know what I mean? But there's a penalty box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing. Boom. So, I mean, and it's unlimited players. So, the more motherfuckers fight, the more people go in the penalty box. Next thing you know, you only got 3 guys out there. Hey, let's go.
I mean, hell, for hockey, I believe when it comes to the regular season and overtime rules, it's 3-on-3. And when it comes to 3-on-3 and overtime rules of the regular season of hockey, it's so much more exciting. But when it comes playoff time, it's still so much more exciting.
Yes, it is. Except for soccer, which is awful. But you know, I remember the World Cup's pretty cool. The Olympics pretty cool to watch it. But at the end of the day, to watch a 5-hour game and the final score 0-0 just ain't got enough payoff for me.
Yeah. But yeah. So, what of the countries aside from South Korea, Japan and London would you like to see Major League Baseball expand to?
The Dominican Republic. How many players are from there?
Look, we got Dominican Republic, we got Puerto Rico, we got Venezuela. All good countries that the MLB could really expand their horizon to when it comes to regular season games.
Yeah, even Mexico. I mean, you know, Canada has 2 teams. They should have more. Well, they have 1 team, right? They should have more.
I mean, even the NFL has expanded their horizons to Mexico.
Bring back the Expos. I'm here for it.
I'd like to see Africa, and I'd like to see Italy.
So Italy would be great. Africa, especially if you could really get one, maybe like in the heart down in the Congo or something, and have that scenery behind the baseball field, kind of like App State does with their stadium. I think it would be great. The good part about something else, I'd like to see maybe Saudi Arabia. Because the WWE has some major money making events in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, look, you brought up the WWE. I would love to see a baseball game in Australia.
Yeah. Sydney? Absolutely.
I mean, look what WWE was able to do in Australia for a pay-per-view, for crying out loud.
You cannot put that many millionaires in danger like that. Like that is too dangerous. Okay, that is too motherfucking dangerous.
Hey, look, they got some real motherfuckers down in Australia. They'll be fine. They can crawl into holes and pull out snakes and shit like that. I ain't worried.
I don't give a fuck, bro. There's spiders and snakes down that motherfucker. When you sleep, they can bite you. You'll be dead before you wake the fuck up. Okay.
I mean, look, I'll agree to the spiders, but look, snakes aren't the biggest factor when it comes to the insects that have to do with Australia. It is the freaking spiders that can jump off of walls and scare the skin out of you, for crying out loud.
Well, spiders the size of dogs in Australia too.
The spiders that are the size of my freaking hand.
No, dogs. Like they're the size of dogs. Yes.
At least they're the size of my fucking hand, for crying out loud.
It's time. No, it's time to move on from that. Like the crocodile hunter, man. How many times we watch him just crawl down a big ass hole and come out with like an alligator or something? Talking about it's mad. Yes, sir, it is. You pulled it out of a hole.
You snatched me up by my tail, motherfucking shit.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
some bitch too.
I'm mad now.
I'm just think about that. Think about that. Being the crocodile, you got electrical tape all around your mouth. You got this motherfucker laying on your back, pulling your little ass arms back. And man, just sit there and like, I can't believe I let this motherfucker do this shit to me.
I should have met him.
Oh my god. Okay, so speaking of the crocodile hunter, obviously he is older than us. But are you older than Juan Soto? Because in 2018, Juan Soto made his Major League Baseball debut. This man was born October of 1998. Ironically enough, the next year the Nationals would go on to win the World Series. Yeah, God forbid. Anyways, there are 3 products and 3 players. Yeah, 3 players who last year made their MLB debut and are older than Juan Soto. So, who are the 3 products that are older than Juan Soto? The man is 25 years old, and come October of this year, he will be 26.
So older.
Yep. 3 products.
Is it Tatis Jr.?
He might be. I'm honestly not. I saw this on social media and I had to jump at the opportunity.
I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure how old Corbin is. I know he's young, but I don't know how young.
You're on the right track of the team that Corbin is on.
But see, that's the only thing. I only know a handful of rookies. Like, I don't. There's a lot of baseball players. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
I remember. Teams, I remember. Like certain players, but as far as every rookie, nah.
So one of the players that is older than Juan Soto is on your team, and he competed in the home run derby last year.
Gunnar Henderson?
Nope.
Adley Rutschman?
Yes, sir. Adley Rutschman, born February 6th, 1998, is 26 years old. He made his MLB debut in 2022.
Yep, the year before last.
How the fuck it took that long for Adley Rutschman to make his MLB debut while Juan Soto has been in the league since 2017, 2018 is bananas. So these next 2, the next 2 players, you're not going to get. I'll say this. One of them is on the Texas Rangers. The other is on the Astros.
I wasn't going to get any of them anyway. So,
okay. So the list goes as is because Big Mac here was able to get Adley Rutschman. Google, 25 years old, founded September 4th, 1998. Again, Juan Soto is born October 25th, 1998. So Google is a month old, a month older than Juan Soto. The next product, go ahead.
No, this is just when I hear things like, "Hey, we're getting old in baseball years." Born in 1998, and I remember, I was born in 1981. Like, I just really feel ancient at this moment. Like it's a miracle that Juan Soto still plays at his age, and I'm like, I have kids older than him.
I mean, well, look, this is really gonna make you feel old.
I'm like, bro, I was in 2nd grade in '98. Like, bro, I was.
Look, the next product up is Netflix. 26 years old, founded August 29th of 1997. You remember when Netflix was just coming? When Blockbuster was still a thing?
But we had an antenna.
Yeah.
What you mean? I had a coat hanger.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, look, at the point that Netflix was coming up, it was a mail-in, mail-out DVD video game service, for crying out loud.
Yes,
that's how old Netflix is.
Yes. The dog. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we all feel. I feel really old right now, but Max said he was in 2nd grade the year I graduated. That I'm just saying. but I have this one to keep me youthful here, so no worries there.
Well, speaking of your son, you might have to cover his ears on this one. Because because the next product up that is older than Juan Soto is Viagra. It was FDA approved in March 27th of 1998.
So I am 17 years older than Viagra. Thanks for that. Oh my God!
You don't have to use Viagra. You're not old enough to use it, though, right?
I mean, look,
I do not. I am good to go.
Look, I go on social media from time to time, and when it comes to LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, everybody's like, "Oh, LeBron's better. LeBron has done this. LeBron's done that." I just go into the comment section. I'm like, "Look, if you are younger than Google, your opinion means nothing."
Yeah, under no circumstances is LeBron James a greater player than Michael Jordan.
Yep.
It's ludicrous to even say that, especially the people that never saw it, right?
Yeah.
The killer instinct, it was there. However, with that being said, LeBron James is a once in a lifetime player that we probably won't see again either.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah, for
But-
sure.
I mean,
The whole thing is,
today's day and age.
it's like this. It's like you're comparing planets, okay? You're comparing stars. They're fucking both stars, okay?
Yeah.
Now, does one look different than the other? Of course, because not all stars are the same. So that's, I mean, and that's how I see it. But if we're gonna personally put him on a pedestal, Michael Jordan is number one.
Yes,
Michael Jordan is number one,
and
and
LeBron
he always
James
will be.
easily number two. It's not even close.
You said who's not number two?
LeBron James is easily number two.
Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, even an argument could be made for Kobe Bryant to be number two as well.
I love Kobe. Kobe had the killer instinct, but I'm giving the nod to the man who's got 40,000 points in his career. LeBron is number two, so I think it's solidified in my opinion. Kobe's number three for me. So I'm not taking this view away, but I mean LeBron is something special we'll never see again, like Michael Jordan, and Kobe was a lot like Michael Jordan. Modeled his game after Jordan. Very successful at it, but 40,000 points, Jesus, that's impressive. To just stay healthy that long, like play at that high level.
Absolutely. And I mean, see, and this is my whole thing is, and this is how I have to rationalize it in my head. Okay, now you go to 2K, every superstar there's ever been, 23 years old. Who you picking first overall?
Yeah, we all know who.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
give me NBA Live any day of the week.
Now, I will say this. Okay. Now, if there's only two players I have ever picked in 2K over Michael Jordan. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why first, because it was 34-year-old Michael Jordan. Right, but it was 21-year-old Shaq, okay, and it was 25-year-old Wilt Chamberlain.
That's true.
Look, we could talk about the greatest of all time being Jordan, but Shaq is the most dominant player of all time during his heyday, and I won't argue that with any man.
You imagine that Shaq would easily be the greatest player of all time if he put in the work ethic that Shaq or that MJ and Kobe did.
But see, I'll say this though, okay? Wilt Chamberlain gets put in the 80s, the 90s, or even today. Like I'm saying now, granted, like don't get me wrong, okay? Bill Russell will always be number 5 overall. He's in the top 5. His legacy puts him there. He won too many rings, and I don't give a fuck. You can say, oh, he won against plumbers and this, that, and the third. I'm sorry. Go look at some of them rosters and some of them guys.
Absolutely.
Now, I'll say this. Did he have the benefit of playing with a bunch of Hall of Famers? Yes. But did he help make most of those guys Hall of Famers? Yes.
Absolutely.
So Bill Russell will always be number 5. Everybody else kind of trickles in place after Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Anyways, so getting back to the subject, Big Mac, you pointed this out. Adley Rushman, born February 6, 1998, 26 years old, and the man made his MLB debut of 2022. There are 2 more players that are still older than Juan Soto and made their MLB debut in 2022. One of them is Josh Jung. I know he played for the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
The next man up, Jeremy Pena. Josh Hung, born February 12th, 1998. The man is 26 years old, and he made his debut in 2022. Jeremy Pena, born September 22nd of 1997, also made his debut in 2022. I mean, it's crazy to see like how many players come up, how many players have been in the league for so long, but they're so young at the same time. It's crazy because Juan Soto in his second year was a World Series champion. And now he's on the New York Yankees, who arguably have the biggest payroll in baseball. And obviously they have Aaron Judge, who they signed for 4 years, I believe, $360 million, I believe, fully guaranteed as well. It is undeniably crazy. But speaking of baseball, Mr. Anderson, like I said, myself and Mac, we did this last week. It is time for MLB over-under predictions. We're going to start in the SEC of baseball, the AL East. What you got for us?
So, over-under win predictions?
Yes.
Oh, man. Jesus. That's really hard. I'm going to say the Yankees. I'm going to give them 90. I'm going to say 90 is their over-under. Gosh, that's just so. I mean, that's really hard. Like, it really is. And then I'm going to say the Orioles. Gosh, I would also give them probably close to 90. I'm going to say the Rays and the Blue Jays both 80 with an over-under, and the Red Sox probably a 60. Like, they're not doing very well. I really thought this was going to be a number game. Like, oh, do you think the Yankees are going to go over under 90? So I was not prepared for this at all. I thought, listen.
It took 45 minutes to do this last time because he was like, yeah. So look, I let me find my phone real quick, and I'm gonna list them off. You say over under. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll start American League East. All right, Rays, are they going to go over under what they did this last year?
Under.
Yankees?
Over.
Orioles?
I'd say about the same.
Okay. Blue Jays.
Under.
Red Sox.
Over.
All right. Going over to the American League Central. Guardians.
Over.
Twins.
Under.
Tigers.
Under.
Royals.
Over.
White Sox.
Under.
All right. Going into the American League West. All right. Rangers.
Under.
Okay. Angels.
Under.
Mariners.
Over.
Yeah, I 100% with you on that one. Astros.
Over.
All right. And then we got the Athletics.
Under. They're terrible, and they're going to continue to be terrible.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think they're going to be about the same as they were this year. All right. For the National League East, we got the Phillies.
Over.
I said they'd be about the same, maybe a couple more wins, just because continuity. We got Mets.
Under.
Yeah, definitely under.
They had the largest payroll in baseball last year. Now they got nothing.
They
Under.
still couldn't do a damn thing.
All right, you got the Nationals.
About the same.
Okay, yeah, same here. Marlins.
Probably over last year.
All right, and then, Hot Atlanta Braves.
They won a lot of fucking games last year. I'm going to say under.
Okay. Not by many, though.
Not by many, but I don't think they win as many as they did last year. In the regular season, no.
All right. Now we got the National League Central. Cardinals.
Under.
All right. We got the Cubs.
About the same.
All right. We got the Brewers.
Over.
Yeah, I think the Brewers might be a little sneaky this year.
Me too. I'm ready. I think they're going to be fantastic.
Like, you got to understand with the Pirates, the Cardinals, and their schedule.
You're really including the Pirates?
Yeah, they get to play them a lot.
That they actually did something for
right. He's saying they get to play them a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying the Brewers could beat the Pirates on most of their series. Yeah. They're going to beat the Cardinals on most of those series. Yes. And they're probably going to tie with the Reds. And then again, the strength of the schedule is they've got a pretty easy schedule this year.
Right.
Going against most of the cupcake teams in the league.
Okay, look, strength of the schedule is one thing, but look, when it comes down to it, I really see the NL Central coming down to the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds.
I got Milwaukee.
Okay, well, maybe Milwaukee is a dark horse team.
That's what we were just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not saying they're going to win it, but we're saying that they're a dark horse to win it. To watch out for them. But okay, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Just terrible. Under.
Yeah.
All right, Cincinnati Reds.
I think they're going to go over.
Me too.
Yeah, especially with Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a bad man right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. National League West, we got the Giants.
Jesus Christ. You just don't know which fucking Giants team is going to come out. I'm going to say about the same.
Yeah.
NL West is going to be a war zone. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
Can't wait.
You got the Brooklyn Dodgers.
The Brooklyn Dodgers. I say they go over. I say they win more regular season games than they did last year.
I'll agree with that.
Then we got the San Diego Padres.
Under. Lost too much.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks.
I think they're probably going to be about the same. Playoff bound, but nothing spectacular.
Yeah, I got them winning around the same amount, maybe one or two more. They'll
I was going to say.
Just from being a better, more experienced team.
Yeah. Right. If anything, they're a little bit over. They have a I'm so sorry. Anyways, the Diamondbacks, they have a well put, very good together team. So.
And then last of all, we got the Rockies.
So it'd be very hard to go under what they did last year. So I'm going to say they pick up a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. We went through. We got the over-unders on baseball. Look at that shit. We did it in 10 minutes, motherfucker. That was nice.
Oh my God. So next Wednesday and Thursday, we got the South Korea series between the Dodgers and the Padres. Go ahead. But yeah, so we got the South Korea series. The last time that South Korea actually did something was the fucking song Gangnam Style. Look, I cannot wait for this series. I cannot wait to see what it's gonna be like. Me being in the military, like I will be up when it comes to the first pitch. But if I'm being honest, I really think that Darvish against Yoshinobu Yamamoto and oh god, who is the oh my god. So I know the foreign player or foreign pitchers, I should say, that are facing each other. There's two more pitchers that are facing each other. For day one on Wednesday the 20th, Yoshinobu Yamamoto against Darvish would make perfect fucking sense because, I mean, look, in my opinion, I think since Hideki Matsui, Ichiro Suzuki, just there hasn't been any what is it? Or actually since God, I'm drawing a blank. Since Shohei Ohtani. Since Shohei Ohtani, there hasn't been like players that have been able to step up to the plate and hit the ball the same way that he does. The last time that we saw it was Ichiro Suzuki and Hideki Matsui. But anyways, next week, March 20th and 21st, we got the South Korea series between the Dodgers and the Padres. I cannot wait. This is going to be one series to watch and one series to kick off opening day of MLB 2024. I cannot wait. What are your predictions for the Padres versus Dodgers?
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
I think the Dodgers are going to win this pretty easily. San Diego, they lost a lot, and the Dodgers are just one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, look, they really proved it. Signing Shohei Ohtani to a 10-year, $700 million deal, and also signing Yoshinobu Yamamoto to a 12-year, $325 million deal. Look, they really spent over $1 billion just to casually lose in October.
Well, I mean, they're a good team, but I think they beat the Padres on opening day. I don't see that happening any other way.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think the Dodgers are going to be the best team going into this season, and like I said, the NL West, it is going to be a major war zone of epic proportions. I cannot wait for this fucking season. There's going to be a lot of divisions that, much like the NL West, they're going to be a war zone. It's going to be so hard to pick a team that comes out of the division. Take the Atlanta Braves, for example. The NL East is easily going to be a war zone. We got the Atlanta Braves. We got the Philadelphia Phillies. We even got the Miami Marlins, for crying out loud.
Amazing how much better they got after Derek Jeter left, huh?
I'm telling you.
I
mean,
Jeter, great shortstop, not so great GM.
Facts. I mean, I cannot wait for the 2024 season to kick off. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be... Can't even contain myself.
I'm ready for baseball, and I'm ready for March Madness, and I'm ready for the NBA and NHL playoffs. I'm ready for it all.
Yeah, I mean, for the next few months, next week we got the South Korea series. The end of March we got the UFL kickoff. First week in April we got WrestleMania night 1 and 2, and then there was something else that was going on in April. I can't remember it. Anyways, but when it comes to May, it is gonna be baseball season until November.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we got the NFL season. I can't wait.
I love the NFL, but I am more looking forward to the college football season personally. It's going to be a 12-team, 14-team playoff. I think they just expanded it today again, and I got to tell you, man, I'm so ready to have a college football playoff that involves. I mean, it's still only going to be 4 teams that can win it, but it's still going to be fun to watch. You know, I'm so excited. The NFL, I think, is going to have more parity this year, but college football, Nick Saban is gone. The dynasty is over.
It's anybody's game in the SEC.
Well, it's Georgia's game, but you know, it's you enter Texas and Oklahoma, it complicates things a little bit because these aren't, you know, little teams. So I don't know, man. I'm ready. My team happens to play in the toughest conference in football and has for 30 years, and that's just my lot in life. We got Oklahoma at Oklahoma, Alabama at Alabama. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, our schedule's just gets better and better.
I mean, hey, that is the SEC for you. But I want to thank you for coming on this show, Big Mac, as always. Again, thank you for coming on this show as well. Always a pleasure having you guys on. Until next time, my guys.
Thanks, man.
Anyways, so I'm going to do what I'm going to do best, and that is go and watch WWE. We got The Rock talking trash about Cody Rhodes right now, where he's calling Cody Rhodes fans Cody crybabies. We're looking at Hollywood Rock right now. Oh, my God! I really wish that Cody Rhodes would come out right now and tell The Rock what for, especially the Hollywood Rock version that we're getting right now, baby. Anyways, like I said in the beginning of this episode, be sure to click the link in the description if you want some True Victory apparel and use code No Mercy Sports 15. That's code No Mercy Sports, all caps, followed by the number 15 to get 15% off your entire purchase. And if you're feeling thirsty, be sure to also click the link in the description for Brio bottle, and much like True Victory, use code No Mercy Sports 15 for 15% off your entire purchase. I am No Mercy Sports. I am gonna get out of here and enjoy my Friday night. Watch Friday Night SmackDown. Oh my God. WWE is so fake. Yeah, so are the Hollywood movies that we have seen over the last few years. You're going to tell me that's real? No! I don't care. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy my Friday night. I'm going to watch some Friday Night SmackDown, and I will see y'all next week or next weekend. Be sure to check out my social media links. And yeah, I will see y'all next week. Peace out.